Good morning, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jake, as ever guys, from Biceps and Banter, back to give you some physique, nutrition and training advice to help you cut through the fad diets, the BS gimmick advice out there, and hopefully give you some simple, effective fitness and nutrition advice that can help you get an actual result. So it's about 6 in the morning, just finishing up the walk with Baloo. So obviously now we are into this diet phase, steps have been upped, and given that it's nice and bright on a morning now, I like to get up at about 5:30 just to get out and get the dog walked and get some decent steps in for the day and get ahead of it. So we're just heading back in now, and what I wanted to go through today was essentially a typical day of eating for me. So dog bags that I dropped earlier, not just picking up random ones off the floor. I did actually drop that on the way out on the walk this morning. So I wanted to go through what a typical day of eating looks like, because at the minute, like I said, we've currently dropped food by about 1,000 to 2,000 calories a day, depending on whether it's a gym day or a non-gym day. So it means that now with food being much lower, I'm looking for ways to keep the most volume in my food as possible. So I wanted to show you how I go about doing that and how I structure food on a training day. So I am going to be training today is legs, then I've got some cardio to do to finish off for the week, as well as a load of check-ins and everything like that. So I'm going to take you through the day. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm having for my food at the minute, what that looks like in terms of macros, and why we're going for it. So I'm going to get back in with Baloo, get him fed, and start with meal one. So let's do it. Okay, so this is meal one. I literally have this every single morning. Have had this every single morning for probably the past 2 years now. And it varies, obviously. When there's more calories, I'll add more in. When there's less calories, I'll take calories out. But it is essentially oats, frozen fruit, protein powder, and a slice of toast. And that is it. So that's what we've got. We've got oats, Perform Whey protein powder, some orange, some blueberries, some dark chocolate, and then we've got a slice of toast with a bit of butter and some jam. And that's meal one. Fills me up. Normally I'll have this now, so it's about 6, so it's about 6:30 now. And this will probably put me on till like 11 o'clock in the morning, where I'll have a little snack after that. And that'll put me on for training, and then I'll eat after I train. In terms of the full macros for this as well, it is quite a calorie dense breakfast. So we've got about 46 grams of protein, we've got about 103 grams of carbs, and we've got 19 grams of fat. So it's about 700-ish calories altogether, 780 calories altogether for that meal. So pretty calorific, but I do tend to like to eat a bit more first thing in the morning, because then it can just put me on to get a load of work done for the rest of the day, and then I'll eat the majority of my food later on in the day as well. So I'm going to have this, then we're going to get started on some check-ins for the day with the team, which I'm going to show you, and I will see you again for meal two in a few hours. Physiologically, you wouldn't be able to gain that much body fat in 2 days. Like, you would have to be eating a ridiculous amount of calories. If we say that 1 kilo of body fat is equivalent to around 7,000 calories, give or take a few, you'd have to actively be eating 7,000 calories over your maintenance calories every single day for a few days to gain 2 kilos of body weight. Or body fat. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay, so that's check-ins boxed off, so I'm just going to have a quick snack now, let that settle, do some editing. So I've got some reels to edit for socials for about 20-30 minutes, and then I am going to head over to the gym for legs, bit of cardio, and then back for post-workout. So I'm going to grab my snack. So really simple. Literally I have 4 of these this morning. So these are just salt and vinegar rice cakes, which is dull, but I actually quite like them. But it's just something light for before training legs, because I don't really want to be having anything too heavy. So just have 4 of these with some water, and that is pretty much it. This sounds the dullest diet in the world, doesn't it? But it does the job, puts me on until I get back for my post-workout. So we're gonna go have these, get some work done, and then head over to the gym. So it's about 11 o'clock, is it? What time is it? Let me check. Yeah, so it's 10 to 11. So I've just pulled up to the gym now, so we have got legs to do. So typically I'll start with some abs, because if I don't do them at the start, I won't do them. So we'll start with some abs, and then we're going to go on to a hack squat, onto a leg press. We've got some extensions, some seated hamstring curls, and some RDLs, and some calves to finish. And that is pretty much legs. It is very hot today, and it is going to be like a greenhouse in there. And then I've got some cardio to do after, so I've got about 200 calories to burn from cardio. So it's normally about sort of 15 minutes on a Stairmaster, 10-15 minutes, something like that. So I'm going to go in and get this done, and then we'll get back home for post-workout, and I'll walk you through what I have typically post-workout when I'm dieting, why I have it, and how that might change as we go through the rest of the diet and food gets pulled down more and more and more. So let's go get sweaty doing some legs. Ugh, here we go. So that is legs done and ticked off. Picked up a new flavour of protein, actually. We're getting low on the other one, so we've gone for cereal milk, which I have not tried before, but the flavour of milk after a bowl of cereal is literally one of my favourite things. So fingers crossed it's going to be good. We're going to give it a go when I get back with my post-workout, and I'll tell you what I think. I'll give it a bit of a rating. But that was not an easy session. It was very hot in there. Legs went well. Managed to maintain some lifts. Didn't hit any PBs today, but maintaining nicely. The Stairmaster afterwards was horrendous. Only 200 calories, which is about 15 minutes. It felt like half an hour. It felt like so much longer, but I'm glad it's done. So we'll head home, make some post-workout. I'll show you what that is, and we'll get on with the rest of the day. Okay, so we have got some, well, I've actually run out of the cereal I normally had. So I would normally have either some Cocoa Pops or some Weetos, something like that. Just really simple, easy rice-based cereal after I've trained. Something that's going to digest easy, help get the carbs into the blood a bit quicker, help with recovery. Like, not for an anabolic window. There isn't an anabolic window, we know that. You could have this straight after you train, which I wouldn't recommend because your digestion still needs time to settle after the stress of training. But a good 20 or 30 minutes after you train is probably a good time to eat something once digestion's in a good place and stress has come down. But you could literally wait for a few hours after you've trained and still get the benefits of that workout, getting some good carbs and protein in. So what we've actually got here instead today is, so the rest of my Weetos, which was about 30 grams, and then we've got about 45 grams of some gluten-free cornflakes with some Lindt on top. And then we've got the new cereal milk flavour, which I'm not really sure what to expect because different cereals would surely cause a different taste. But we'll see what it's like. So cheers. It is nice, to be fair. It's like the milk after you've had like a bowl of Frosties or something, and it's got that sort of sweetness in the milk. So it's probably, I think that's actually really nice. That's probably like an 8 out of 10 maybe. I don't think it's the best flavour Perform do, but I do think it's very good. So we've got about 40 grams of the protein powder in here, just mixed with water, so I'm going to put it over my cereal in a minute. So altogether we're looking at about 35-ish grams of protein and about 495 calories. So again, nothing major. This will be meal 2 of the day. Obviously we had the snacks earlier. So we're going to get on with some work again. And then I'll show you meal 3 coming up, which will be in a couple of hours time. So I tend to now sort of backload my food after a big breakfast. So I'll be having more frequent meals throughout the afternoon and evening now. Okay, so meal 3 is basically bacon omelette with some rice noodles, so vermicelli rice noodles, and then a handful of red pepper and lettuce and a bit of seasoning. So I'm still on enough calories at the minute to be able to have like some of the fattier foods. Like I don't have to cut the fat off of bacon yet, or I can have a whole egg. So I have used 1 whole egg and then 2 egg whites with this, 2 full fats, rashers of bacon and everything else. So this is like meal 3, it's about 3 p.m, something like that now. So we'll be having this, and then it'll probably be it until tea a little bit later on. But we've got about 28 grams of protein in here and about 450 calories. So we're sitting at around 1700 calories for the day so far. So I'm gonna go have this, crack back on with work, back to the desk, back sat down again, and then I will see you for meal 4. So I do quite like to make use of these, especially when dieting, because 0 sugar, so you don't have to worry about the calories. I tend to try and have them before 2 o'clock, but sometimes, to be honest with you, with ones like these where the caffeine's quite low, I'll have them in an evening as well. And these can be really useful when you're dieting. You don't want to be having them all the time, but if your hunger is high and you've got a long time between meals, these can be really useful to not only hit your sweet tooth, but also because they are quite fizzy, they'll help you feel a little bit fuller for longer. They'll sort of keep your... because they cause a little bit of bloating, which we wouldn't want loads, but they can just help with that feeling of fullness between meals. So they can be really useful to have strategically through the day. Just I at most would have 1 a day, and then also they give you a bit of a sweet tooth kick as well. So I'm actually a fan of using 0 sugar fizzy drinks when you're dieting. I think they've got their place, and I think they are quite useful. So I'm going to have this, finish up work, and then we are going to be on with meal 5, I think it is, unless I've lost count. And if I have lost count, I'll put it in the captions, which is basically going to be a normal evening meal of chicken, breast, and potatoes and vegetables for tea. So I'm going to finish up some work, and then I'll show you the next meal. Okay, so meal 5. This is meal 5. It is, what time is it? It's about 7:30, so this is second to last meal. I'll have another snack at about 8:30ish, something like that, and then that'll be the day done. So what we have got here is literally 1 full chicken breast, because I was a little bit behind on food. So we've got about 230 grams of chicken breast here, just with some sage on top. We've got some potatoes in paprika with 5 grams of coconut oil on top, and then we've literally just got a mixture of veg. So we've got some sliced tomato, we've got some courgette, mushroom, and some lettuce. So that is tea. That is meal number 5. Again, a high volume meal, not hugely calorific. So this meal, 685 calories. And about 60 odd grams of protein, about 62 grams of protein. You know, if you were on really, really low calories, this is the kind of meal that I will be keeping in throughout the diet. Obviously, volumes will change, sort of over time, the carb portioning will go down and down. And all that will happen is as the carb amounts go down, the potato gets less and less, the vegetables will go up and up and up. And it's as simple as that. So the dish itself, the plate itself, will stay roughly the same size, the portion. It will just be from different things. So this is meal 5. I'm going to go have this now whilst it's still hot. Then I will see you for the last snack of the day and round this episode up. So I'm going to go enjoy this. So this is the final meal of the day, meal 6, or a snack. It's about 8:30, so we're gonna have this. We'll probably chill for about an hour and a bit, and then it will be time for bed. So we've literally got here 200 grams of 0-fat Greek yogurt, 50 grams of oats, we've got 15 grams of Brazil nuts, 10 grams of honey, and 100 grams of grapes. And that is it. And we've got 10 grams of dark chocolate in there because I was behind on my fats. And that's it. That is the final snack. Again, we've got about 566 calories in here and about 25 grams of protein. So overall for the entire day, I've hit 200 grams of protein and I've hit 3,000 calories. And that's what I'm eating at the minute on a training day to get leaner for this photo shoot. So I hope you enjoyed the episode today. That is a full day of what I eat to get lean. That is my review on the cereal milk flavored Perform. And that is pretty much what a day in the life looks like. It's a lot of sitting at this desk and working and eating and walking the dog. And that's about it. So as ever, if you enjoyed this, subscribe to the channel, like the video. It would massively, massively help me out. And with that being said, I will see you in the next episode.